I've got this Canon EOS 100D with a dead battery and no charger, and I wanted to create a USB powered version from a power bank. You can buy a dummy battery LPE12 from AliExpress, but it will not work on this camera. It has a safety feature and will not power on. There's a sequence. On Canon M series, it should work. This took me 2 weeks with all the fails along the way. Something's burning. Then it won't power on, and I have no effing idea why. And I effed up. I learned a lot, but still don't understand some of the fails. Anyway, I got it working. If you're going to recreate this project, all the responsibility is on you, not me. The camera costs much more than a battery. You've been warned. Now let me take you through my journey. Hello world and welcome. So first of all, what I want to know is how much power it draws, idle with a flash and on video recording. I found this model online and I will hook up my laboratory power supply to see how much it draws. We have a light. Hey! It works. Okay, 0.13, okay. Flashlight. Okay, 0.9. Taking a photo. Okay, 0.9. If we go to the video mode, so 0.5. So that means maximum 1 amp on 8 volts. So that means this could handle it. Well, we'll see. I wanted to create a battery that can be powered with 5 volt input. So I went with MT3608 and a 270 microfarad capacitor to smooth out the output voltage. The camera booted up, but I got an error. From that point, I changed the capacitor to a bigger one, 2200 microfarads. And then this happened. No, let it spark. Something's burning. No, it's not the camera. No, that's the AC. Okay, we fried it. I still have no idea what happened. F, fairy. I was out of these DC converters, so I sourced them locally. At that point, I wanted to try if it can even work. So I tried XL6009E and it worked. XL6009E. But I can't fit it in. I got the new DC converters and I switched back to 470 microfarad capacitor. Now it worked. So the flashlight works, the video works, all of this works. Beautiful, fantastic. So now I need to fix the case. Model the case. Check that everything is working and plugged it in. Nope, it didn't work. Okay, before that the capacitor was low, but then worked again. So I tested the output voltage with the camera's flash, and yes, it was dropping too low, sometimes even below 7 volts. And it was consuming 15 watts from the input. So I changed the output capacitor to 1000 microfarads and added 2200 microfarads on the input. And the lowest that I can get was 7.8 volts. Perfect, it works. Yeah. After 2 days of frustration, I got it all working. So on the output side, I'm using a 16 volt 1000 microfarad capacitor, and on the input side, I'm using 2200 microfarad 16 volt capacitor. Redesigned the case, fitted everything in, soldered, tested, and nope, it didn't work. I tested everything: voltage, power, capacitors, resistance, checked the connections in the camera, different power source, changed the DC converter, connector wires twisted or straight, connector wires changed to nickel strip, different filament, bigger wire AVG, and even shielding. Nothing was working. And after many days, so after almost 2 weeks of time, this is where I'm at with a boost converter. So pretty simple. We have a connection of the battery, we have our MT3608, we have a capacitor, and just a power supply, so I don't need another capacitor. So 0 amps, right? The internal capacitors in the camera are full. So switch it on, and it shows the full battery. And the flash works, everything's cool. Now I will put all of this in a case. So no tangled wires, nothing, right? Now let's start the same. So 5 volts, 0. And then it stays at 0.07. And that's all. Okay, let's shut it down. Back on. And that's all. Sometimes it powers on and shows the low battery. So I thought I was going insane with it. So let me show you that I'm not insane. Like, empty the capacitors, so it's safe. Remove this. So I just removed it. That's all. Put that in. No shorts, no. I don't have a connection somewhere. So now we're at 0. Powered on, and it works. So if I tried I've hundreds of times, like maybe even like 1,000. So if I put this MT3608 inside, then it won't power on, and I have no effing idea why. Like, actually no idea. No idea. So you can buy a boost up version from AliExpress, and they don't have it in the case. It's just pure dummy, just connections, and for the voltage boost it's outside, so it's in, they haven't figured out. So if someone has idea why when I put this inside it doesn't work, when it's outside it works, I'm out of ideas. Seriously. So at this point, I will go with a buck converter like this. What was the MP1584? This is what I'm going for. So I will have to remodel everything and test it out, and it should work. So yeah, let's get on with that. So to get 9 volts on this, we need to get these pins together. That's a normal big blob. And we have 9 volts. Perfect. So I hope this is the last case. Comes with the bottom, top, and 2 connection versions. This one is for a wire type, and this is for nickel strip version. So for the wire, it's like this, and for nickel strips, it's something like this. And bada boom, bada bang. So let's solder all of this together. And I effed up. So I soldered the positive to the negative on both. Yeah. Okay. So the position was right. I was just flipped it upside down. So for the input, I soldered to output. That's how it should be. Double check it. 9 volts. 8 volts on the output. Beautiful. Yay! 8 volts. So now time for the camera. Okay, it's on. 9 volts. Zero. On. Battery full. And it works! Finally! Finally! So I now need to model the door for it. After 4 hours of reverse engineering, I made this. So here comes the spring. To enclose it. So let's add it to the camera. Hey! Well, a little bit of clearance maybe. So yeah, now it shuts perfectly. So great. Now we have a hole for USB-C. So let's plug it in. And we have 9 volts and nothing. Let's try it again. 9 volts. What the? So what I found out. I was doing tests like this. Then you have a light. Switch it on, everything works. How I do it with the cover. I plug it in. It doesn't work. So, what it expects when the battery is in, that means the camera is already powered. And then it triggers this pin. Now I'm doing the opposite. I'm closing the pin and then powering it on. I don't know, it's a safety measure or what. So if I add it like this, we have 9 volts. Then I close it, we have a light. So that means I have to close the pin after the power up. Oh boy, this project's taken too long. After multiple versions, here it is. So if you are printing this, definitely use ABS or ASA or some other high temp filament because the camera is heating up. So here's a on-off switch that will trigger the case. So it's off. Plug it in. Switch it on. Switch on the camera. And it works. Perfect. So in the end, it looks like this. All the parts and 3D model will be linked down below. If you like the content, get subscribed, smash that like button, and leave a comment down below what do you think about this project. Thanks. Bye.